Hello and welcome to the Listening Post's unboxing channel on YouTube. Today I'm really excited to be sharing with you Yamaha's brand new release CXA5200 processing preamp. This brand new release product, air freighted all the way to us in New Zealand for this kind of release, is wonderful to see. It has replaced, of course, the old CXA5100 and of course the CXA5000 that Yamaha was renowned for as they produced this wonderful processing preamp and then matched 11-channel power amp. This product is astonishing. Brand new ESS stacks, all of the new implementation of streaming and audio and video as you would expect at an absolutely flagship level for a relatively affordable price. So let's have a look. Firstly, its box. Yamaha is going with this sort of two-tone white with black writing boxes with a beautiful full colour image of the product on one side. Basic Yamaha logo and then model and serial number on one end. Tipping it up for a moment, you see a lot of compliance information relating to the fact that this will work with Android, iPhone, iPads, all of those types of things, and a hint to some of the other features that it has, including the new surround AI, unique to Yamaha, and the DSP and HD3 surround sound encoding that it uses. Most importantly, it's part of the MusicCast network, so this will become part of a source or any number of different things in your home. It's got Bluetooth, it's got Wi-Fi, it's got Spotify, Tidal and Deezer streaming on board. It'll run up to 4 zones, you name it. This thing is hugely well appointed. So, let's have a look. Firstly, you don't get an understanding in these videos just how heavy this product is. It weighs more than the vast majority of theatre amplifiers that I've unboxed. And there's no amplification in this product, it's only a processor, telling us immediately that we are in for something very good once we open it. Now, of course, being factory taped and sealed, very straightforward to open. A simple nick, slide it open, and we get to see what's in the box. Now, the first and most obvious is its IEC power cord. It's a New Zealand IEC power cord 2-prong. It's got a setup microphone. Now the setup process in this is elaborate and well worth investing in, please. The microphone setup is now generations old. They've done a wonderful job many years ago and are better and better at each step. So please, if you're using one of these, the EQ and other things that Yamaha now provide on board is astonishing. Use it for your setup. Along with that microphone is one of Yamaha's 3-point mic holders. This is designed to sit on a microphone stand or something similar, a camera stand, and then give you the 3 points. It comes with an additional peg enabling you to give height, so it will do angles as well. Have a play with this, and if you've got the chance, use the microphone in multiple positions and see how good you can get it to sound in your home. It comes with, actually, there we go, all the brochures and stuff. We've got Introduction to Spotify. We've got a full-page manual, basic setup guide, an installation guide, and a bit of information about warranty and support internationally. The last thing in the polystyrene relates to the accessories associated with the FM and DAB aerial, the batteries for the remote control, these are AAA, and then the remote control itself. Now this is one of their new remote controls, and please hang around for some photographs, I'll take some close-ups. Making this remote is relatively unique because of its switching at the top, allowing it to be change its ID or infrared ID for any of the main or 4 zones that it will operate. The polystyrene packaging is very easy to get rid of. They've used just enough polystyrene to support this product in freight, but nothing more. Now lifting this product out is relatively straightforward. It's heavy, sure, but you know, it's not massively heavy. And then just the polystyrene in the bottom of the box. Okay, so the product is protected by this sort of polystyrene paper. This synthetic paper material, meaning that it's soft on one side and nice and easy to wrap on the other. Removing that is relatively straightforward. Scoop it out from underneath. And then we get to see this product for the first time. Now, like most of the products that have an oil dampened front panel like this one, the panel is actually taped closed to ensure that it cannot open in freight. Gives a good opportunity to actually seal that oil dampened there. We have a glance at the front for a moment. Firstly, it has a main zone on-off. Now, this is a simple trigger. There's not a mechanical switch. Beneath it is a rotary encoder for input selection. And the main display. Now, this is a large illuminated display, at least a couple of lines in a dot matrix design. It's got all of the functions you would expect and many more hidden away behind this oil dampened panel. You've got the setup allowing you to navigate using the on-screen display through its setup and the appropriate buttons to navigate through it. Now, they're emulated on the remote, and so please do it in the comfort of your home, or download the control app and then you can do it there. You've got AI, which is a specific button associated with Yamaha's artificial intelligence surround sound. Straight to turn many of these things off and focus its attention on one task, and the ability to select the program buttons. It's worth mentioning that straight button, should you push and hold it, it goes into a connection mode for the purposes of setting up for MusicCast. Beneath it is a USB input, 5 volt 1 amp, 3.5mm input for the Y-Power mic, and a 6 1/4 output for headphones. It's worth mentioning that the headphone output features Yamaha's silent CINEMA, so if you are using headphones, it will give the illusion of surround sound from a set of headphones. There's a stereo left and right analog input, and above that some of the control associated with the zones. Being a preamp, it can be set up to do any number of different tasks for you, and manipulate and distribute HDMI, audio, both digital and analog, to any of the outputs that it may have. So it will truly deliver a 4-zone setup if you require. Above it are the global presets that Yamaha calls scenes. There are more available off the app and perhaps also the remote control. But these scenes enable you to set up this device in any number of applications. It's a global preset, so any element of this product that you choose to set up or manipulate or change, you can save to a memory. Perhaps use it if you're going to have a play with a subwoofer one afternoon, or use it to shut off a sub or other things that you might not use. Over this side we've got essentially the operation for its FM and DAB tuner. So you'll see preset and FM and DAB buttons, along with how to tune and memorize those settings. Dropping it down and closing that for a moment so we can have a look, we see finally the larger rotary encoder for the volume, and above it the pure direct button, which illuminates when touched. The front display will turn off, and it runs this as simply circuitry wise as it possibly can. Looking at it as I tip it forward for a moment, you'll see the CINEMA DSP logos, MusicCast, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, HDMI and DTS, along with Dolby Digital Atmos. Good ventilation as you would expect, and lovely extruded aluminium side panels, giving this box some real structure. The unit has, like most Atmos products, a 5th stabilizing foot in the center. This is designed to virtually eliminate vibrations within the product, and as many high-end products will understand, that isolation is quite important. Okay, looking at the back. Firstly, we'll comment on the fact that this now has 2 Wi-Fi aerials. The processor now runs dual 2.4 and 5 GHz Wi-Fi. You can utilize that just to stabilize and ensure that streaming of all of your music is very stable and very well controlled, but it also gives you the ability to use a range of control apps and other options wirelessly if required. Please, if you get the opportunity though, use the network socket that's beside one of the aerials. Again, that will make things far more stable. I'm going to comment for a moment just how heavy this product is. Again, they've packed a lot into this amplifier. They have 11 channels of processing on board, all featuring a 386 kilohertz 32-bit DAC, a splendid option from ESS, extremely expensive, beautifully well implemented, and all 11 channels have that ESS DAC on it, including front presence and other things associated with Atmos. It's truly astonishing to see that level of accuracy and extremely low noise floor available for something in this price class. So, looking at the back where I guess all the fun happens, firstly we've got the dual HDMI outputs. Now these are paired together, although one of them features ARC for the purposes of running the audio return channel from your television. If you're using this in a multi-zone video situation, over the exact opposite side is the zone output for HDMI. So this effectively has 3 outputs, all of which could be switchable or allocatable if required. There are 7 HDMI inputs at the rear. The first few are associated with not only the scene buttons at the front, but also the most logical way you'd set this up with a Blu-ray player or a set-top box. Beneath the HDMI is component video. This is converted internally to HDMI. I would assume probably 4K, but certainly 1080p. Some of the legacy inputs from composite video are also alongside them, allowing you to take old video recorders, Wii consoles, all sorts of things and plug them in and make them look astonishingly good through the video processing on board. Off to one side here are the main inputs associated with perhaps an external processor of some kind, and then the traditional analog inputs in a big row that you would expect from anything so well appointed. The first is the phono stage. Now that's actually a really good one. I was quite surprised. Like many that just have a line stage change, this is a proper phono stage designed to get the most out of it. There are analog inputs, all labelled and numbered, and some key digital, optical and coaxial inputs also numbered. In the IO, in and out options that this feature, this preamp has, you can allocate any of the digital ins or analog ins associated with any of the pictures, and so on. So if you've got an old analog video recorder with left and right outputs, you can associate a particular numbered composite video with one of the analogs if required, or turn on the digital for something that's slightly more modern. Moving along, this is where some of the magic starts to happen. These are the pre-outs associated with the processing going out to amplification. It has single-ended outputs for all of the zones, and the pre-outs from the processor associated with the 11-channel processing on board. Twin subwoofers and other things like that are also featured, and off to one side you've got the front presence and rear presence associated with either the presence speakers from Yamaha or the Atmos speakers from Dolby and other brands. The amplifier features fully balanced outputs for all of the 11 channels, including dual subwoofers. The subwoofers can be allocated to their location and set up appropriately. If not, though, use the mic and it will probably determine what's going on with most things. There's a single set of balanced inputs off to one side along the row of all the outputs that you see. Finally, we've got some basic control. Most nowadays will use IP-based control in the network, but it's got the trigger outs associated with turning on projectors or dropping down screens, and then of course the IR remote in and out, allowing it to loop. Finally, an IEC power socket. Now it's worth noting, even the power socket itself has gold plating on it to ensure the best possible contact. So there we have this stunning processing preamp. I'm so looking forward to setting this up. The Yamaha CXA5200 brand new release processing preamp from Yamaha, unboxed here at the Listening Post in Christchurch, New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel.